Hello everyone to the fourth episode of the Web Element series. Today you would be learning how to create an image hover effect which inverts the axis of the image, such as this effect. As you can see, it simply rotates the image on a vertical level. So let's dive into it. I also like to call it a mirror effect, but at the end it is an image effect, so I can't complain to the name. So we'll start from the body tag as always, and we'll make a class called div. We'll make a div with a class name Flipkart. Sorry for that mistake. And we'll close this. And we'll simply copy and paste it. You can write it again and again, but I noticed that I need to use multiple divs, so it would be easier for me. Inner, then front, and now the div will be back. And I'll add an image with the class name again image with source is equal to, and I would copy the image from the project I previously showed. And paste. As you can see, the image is visible, but for now it is not showing any effect because we haven't written the CSS. So we'll begin the CSS with body tag, and I would write background color, or maybe we can leave the background color, there is no problem. And we'll write display flex, and then we'll justify content to center and align items to center. Although it isn't that necessary, but I have a habit of doing this, so can't help myself in such scenarios. So we'll keep the width of this div at 300 pixels and height also at 300 pixels. And similarly, we'll keep the height of the image also at the same 300 pixels. Now I'll go for perspective. Perspective is something we only use whenever we are creating a 3D effect. So I would put a value of 3000 pixels. And I'll put a margin of 20 pixels. And also a float value. Float value will simply direct the image that in which direction it needs to rotate. I have given left, so it will rotate in left. But once we finish the hover properties, and now I'll give it flip card inner its properties. So first property I would write would be width to 100%, so that it simply gets the 300 pixel property. And same for the height. You can simply write 300 pixels, but I have a habit of doing this, so transform and style. The transform style would be preserve 3D, and the transition would be transform 0.5 seconds. Sorry for the typo. And now I would work on the properties of the flip card further on. I can simply do it with hover also. Like I can simply write flip card, hover, and then keep a space and write flip card inner. So that we can give the property to both scenarios. And I would write, no, the width is not required. We need to write only transform. Transform and then rotate. Y. And we need to keep it 180 degrees so that it shows the exact mirror image. And as you can see, we have created the mirror effect. We can also do this with text. So I would simply remove this image, or I may simply create another pen. So I would go for pen dot new to create another pen. And I can simply copy and paste the code. Or I may write it again. I am a hardworking person, will write it again. But it's your wish to rewrite it or to copy paste. And I would write again that divs class Flipkart. I don't know why, but this sounds a lot like Flipkart to me. And I'm myself confused. Why did I even name this as Flipkart? Now let's copy paste this div. Like I am hardworking, but there is a little bit laziness in everyone. Inner now again and we'll name it front. And here we can simply write front. And we can leave this one empty. I just want to keep a side of that card that we could show as rotating. So now we can begin with the CSS, which would be exactly the same. Like I would begin with the body tag, although it isn't necessary, so I'm leaving it. Flip card. Okay, we don't need a background, but we can give a background, but okay, I'll give it later on. Now I'll give the width 300 pixels, 300 pixels height, and again perspective would be 1000 pixels. The margin would be at 20 pixels. And now comes the float, which would be left. I may go for right this time to show you that it also works in the right direction. I don't know why this happened, but it just happened. So now we'll write. I'll first change the properties for the front of this card, like the text and the background color. So I would do this. I would give it a background color of maybe we can give a good little gradient here. So I would give it a gradient of 45-degree. And then we can write any random colors. I would write black and white. And it isn't working. Okay, we can simply leave it. We can simply add the color black. And we can give it a width. You can either write 100% again here. It would simply go to 100%. Or we can manually write 300 pixels. And as you can see, the word front is not visible in our card because of the black color I applied. So I would go with font size, or I may change the color a bit. Like I'll keep it gray with CCC rather than doing it black. And I would give it a font size of 24 pixels. I'll also center it. Like it doesn't look nice in that corner. So I'll do display flex, justify items. Oh, justify content. I often get confused between content and what was the name? The name was items. So we can write center. And now, see, I was again confused. And here it is in the center. I'll also give it some weight so that our font looks a little bit better. So I'll give it bold. I may increase the size to like 30 pixels, not much, or maybe 40. Or maybe 50. 50 would be the last one. Yes, okay. And now I would go to the property flip card and hover. And again flip card inner. And now it would be given the property that will do all the function, the transform property. Ow. Rotate Y and 180-degree. As you can see, it is mirroring the image. Wait, why is it mirroring? Like you can see it is still mirroring it just on the left side. I may remove this float. And I would center it. I can't help myself. I'm kind of addicted to this. Display flex. Again, justify content center. Okay, it isn't wishing to come that way, so maybe wait a minute. I don't know what is the problem with the body in CSS, but sometimes it does not work with the dot before body. I don't know what's the problem. And now it isn't working this way either. Okay, leave it. We just brought it into center, that's enough. Okay, I forgot to add the properties for the inner. Flip card inner. Just writing the same code in a video twice is making it a little bit forgetting to me that where have I written the code. Maybe I'll just make some space for the CSS to be completely visible. Okay, now let's write the code. So width 100%, height 100%, and now transform style. Preserve 3D. And now transition. Transform out. Transform it to 0.5 seconds. And now you can see it completely works. Although this wouldn't be too useful as in the text form, but it could be a good addition to a website whenever using an image, such as in a portfolio website. And there is a lot bigger world to explore. So we'll meet again in the next video. Till then, please see this video completely, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video.